joining in the round. So, as you can see here, I've already cast on my stitches. To join in the round, we want to be knitting in a circle, but since we have straight needles, we're going to be knitting in a triangle. So the aim is to split these stitches equally around the three needles. So I like to cast all of my stitches onto one needle and then transfer them. So my first needle is going to have 8 stitches. My second needle is going to have 6. And then my last needle has 7. So when we join in the round, there's always an extra stitch on your first needle because you're going to use that to join. So I have my 3 needles. Make sure that none of the stitches are twisted. So basically, if all the needles were straight, this is a straight line. You don't want them to be, you know, like bent or anything. Okay. Now, these two ends are gonna come together like so. Okay. So the right hand needle here, I'm going to take this first stitch on the left hand needle and transfer it over. Then I'm going to take the last stitch that I knit, which is this one here, and I'm going to take this one off that needle and then tighten. So it's basically created a join. Now that's done, we're just going to start knitting. So for the first row, I'm just going to do all knit stitch. So I knit all of the stitches on the first needle. And then I'm going to move on to the second. Now it looks a little bit clumsy with the 3 needles, like sometimes they can get in the way, but especially when you're first starting out, but you kind of get the hang of it and then you don't really even notice them. You just kind of manage to work around them. So yeah, second needle. I'm sorry, I have no idea how this little needle looks like on the video. And then we're going to go on to the third. Almost there. Oopsie. The last stitch. Okay, so now, as you can see, we've got a circle of stitches. A lot of people will put a stitch marker here to mark the beginning of the row. That way you know each time you've completed a round.